So France, Italy, USA, Norway, Canada, Sweden, 6 nations represented in this last heat. Francesco De Fabiani, can he do what Pellegrino couldn't 4 minutes ago and get through to the semis? The fans certainly hoping so. William Peroma, great tour so far, lying in 6th place, and certainly a chance of improving. We've got Ketterson of USA wearing 15. Emil Iversen 16 for Norway, big figure, second from the right-hand side. And then Antoine Sire of Canada wearing 17 over on the far side.
Yeah, big chance for Peroma here. Not known so much as a sprinter, but this is a wide open heat for me. I think the weakest of the heats that we've seen so far. So for that overall ranking, it's going to be important that he gets himself through to the semi-finals today. So I just wonder if we'll see some slightly different tactics. I think, as I say, he's not the strongest sprinter, but it's not got any sort of really strong sprinters in this heat. So we might see the pace just get pushed a little bit harder, just with people like Peroma trying to get themselves through.
Well, we haven't seen any all-out heat so far. No heat has taken this hill as quick as that we're seeing at the moment. Interested to see what the time is under the bridge. Last heat went through in around 1:05. Certainly seems to be pushing the pace. Antoine Sire it is who's leading. Out they come, a minute on the clock, and I think they might well be going for a lucky loser slot here.
Yeah, Iversen looks like he's working really hard on that inside line there. That looks like they're pushing the pace much more than those previous heats. They've got the benefit of that information. They know that the other heats haven't gone so fast. You know, the top time has been 2:46 in the qualifying. The top heat, the top time was 2:37. So, we got someone down there. That's Jules Chapaz. I didn't quite have to get that again later on. He's down. We missed what happened there.
Too busy looking at the lucky loser times to see what happens. It's always the way.
And that's a shame. He actually is the best of the pure sprinters, I think, in that heat. So this would have been probably his last stop on the tour today as well. So that's a real shame for him to be down just there.
So we're down to 5. Plus a drone, heading down towards the fastest part of the course. The right-hand turn at the bottom. It's Iversen on the inside wearing red, but he's got some traffic in front of him. You can see how delicately they're stepping. De Fabiani gets himself in the perfect position. He's going to be on the inside, but there's not a lot of room. He's being given absolutely nothing by Zach Ketterson of the USA, and a big fight ensues as they battle for the 2 slots. It's still pretty quick. We're looking for a time of sub 2:46 to get a lucky loser through. Iversen uses his bulk and his weight pretty well. He takes the lead going under the banner, and now just 150 meters to go. It looks flat, but it is just painfully uphill into the finish.
Yeah, this is the tightest one we've seen so far. This is really close. Double pole drag to the line there. Hard to see from this angle, but I think... Who's that? Is that Sear on the outside?
Yeah, Iversen and Sire is there. Ketterson just fading a little bit, looking to see where De Fabiani is. 2:46.2. They have missed it by 1/10 of a second. Only 2 qualifiers going through. Sire and Iversen have made it, and De Fabiani suffers the same fate as Pellegrino. That's bitterly disappointing for the Italian fans because both those skiers have done so well so far this season. There must have been a bid to have this as a free start. Semi-final number 2. Different class of semi-final in many ways, but Lucas Chanova really is the class act in this field. Michael Novak, quite impressed with what he did in the first round.
Yeah, I think watch out for Novak as well. He's had a couple of good sprint results so far this year. So Chanova and Novak are definitely the strongest sprint competitors in the field. But Sear, I wouldn't have said would be one to watch out for, but he ended up winning his quarterfinal pretty handily there with that sort of slightly different tactics that played out in the last quarterfinal.
In the running for the top 10, but that's the problem when you've got 8 athletes who can all get in the top 10. Who do the coaches give the information to?
Yeah, and sitting down in 20th in the overall as well, which for the Norwegian team is nothing when they've got so many in the top 10. So it's tough for him, but he's got these last stages to prove it. It's just a bit of a stumble from Schoenmaker there as they try and get into their lanes as they head out on the first hill.
Steady start from Chanova. Chanova wearing 4.
Yeah.
Pace not too high at the moment. Certainly not a patch on what we saw from Ben Ogden.
Yeah, clearly no American tactics today. I don't think Schoenmaker following his teammates' tactics here. The pace looks absolutely absolutely pedestrian compared to that last one.
Yeah, well, you mentioned you learn from your mistakes. It's better to learn from other people's mistakes, and I think Schoonmaker may have done that. So Shanavas, Sia, we got Schoonmaker, we got Novak of the Czech Republic, Emil Iversen, where is he? Over on the left-hand side without the hat on, and just being checked out by Sia of Canada.
Yeah, it's actually exactly what Iversen did in his quarter-final. He was on that inner line with a bit of clear snow in front of him for the last one as well. He has been overtaken now, but I think he didn't have to worry too much about the traffic, unlike the others. So sitting back at the moment, but plenty of the race still to go, and relatively close together, although that does look like Schoonmaker is taking the pace on a little bit as they get over the top of that first hill.
Yeah, that's a long flat section that leads into the fast downhill, and as we've seen already today, Posey, as you approach the downhill, your last 10 metres of either uphill or flat needs to be absolutely max to get the speed, get that extra half a kilometre an hour in the first bit of the downhill.
Yeah, it's quite deceiving here because we can see that the top three have got a bit of a gap over the bottom three, but I think we should see them coming together again. That's happened a few times that a couple of people have tried to take it on and it's come back together. So unless they've got some absolutely amazing speed, I think it'll bunch up a little bit again as they come over this last bump. But Schoonmaker really trying to drive the pace here, trying to keep that gap so they've just got the three of them fighting it out.
So Schoonmaker of USA leading, wearing 17 is Sia of Canada in second place. Shanava there as well. The remaining three still some 20 metres back. Don't seem to be closing the gap at the moment. A little cut stumble by the Canadian puts him back into third place. Schoonmaker still hanging on. A top six is for the taking, but Sia's got good skis as he tucks in behind the American, and coming strong now, that's the Frenchman. I think that's Renauget coming up on the outside. Iversen's not got anything left in the tank, and Novak's finished as well. So good win for Shanava. Sia gets second in the end. A bit of a ding-dong with Schoonmaker. 2:44. The lucky loser time was 2:39, so it was way slower. But in some way, Posey, that's good news for Shanava because he's gone through without a max effort.
Yeah, good news. And Shanava often is one of the athletes that we do see taking it on quite hard from the front, but obviously had a look at who was in his heat and decided he didn't need to push the pace too much. Much more of a tactical heat than the first one.
Clebo, Shanava, Halvarsson, Sia, Mocciolini and Hegström in the final.
Push the pace, he's just sort of let the pack catch up with him. He's wanted to preserve some energy, but he's always been in a position where he could respond to attacks if they came, and he could be the one to lead out the race when it matters right at the end. So,
okay, tough question. What's he going to do this time? Will he hang back? Will he go for it?
I don't think he'll go from it right from the start. I think like Lotte Weng said there, we want to chill, let the others do the work, and then we take over at the end. I think that works for him. I don't think we'll see him in the lead on the first uphill. I think we'll see him kind of, as they get in the downhill, he'll soon be in second, third. He might again push over that little bump, so he's got a bit of space coming into the downhill and then over the bump.
Yeah, I think certainly on that big right-hand corner at the bottom of the course, I think we're going to see him on the inside again, because he does not want to get compressed into that left-hand turn that leads into the stadium. That is a potential pole-breaking section on the course, so I'm fairly sure he'll stay right. Question is, if he goes tight on the corner, can he carry the speed to break away? We'll see. If anyone can, he can. But he's not the only man in this race, so let's focus on the other five. Kleber there obviously wearing 1. Shanava's going to be wearing 4. Kalle Halvarsson, great day so far. Second fastest in qualifying, obviously wearing bib number 2. Sia of Canada, fantastic to have a Canadian in the last 6. Mocciolini of Italy wearing 7. And we've got Johan Hegström, the second of the Swedes. So 2 Swedes, Frenchman, Norwegian, Canadian, Italian.
It's a good mix today. Good final this.
Pick your winner. Some big names going out in the last round. Score took a tumble. Goldberg went early. Iversen knocked out. The normal Norwegian sprinters struggling a little here in Val di Fiemme today. But their number 1 is still here, and everyone knows it.
Yeah, and Mocciolini flying the flag for the Italians with Pellegrino out early as well. So interesting to see if he can repeat that success he had back in Bikestolen.
Yeah, the next generation. The Italians nearly always have a start, but they never have too many at the same time. It's a long time since they were had teams, good relay teams. that used to give the Norwegians a run for the money and beat them occasionally. There's Chanevat wearing 4, strong, powerful. If he's anywhere near the lead coming into the home straight, he might match Klæbo. 7 wins from 7 in the Tour de Ski and the sprint events. Can he make it 8 out of 8 today and extend his lead in the Tour? Kalle Halvarsson, surely he's not going to finish 4th today. It can't happen. There's Mocciolini. Looks relaxed. And then on the far side, Johan Hegström took the qualification fairly steady. Hence he has bib number 19. His moment for a little bit of glory. So we're underway. Last race of the day here in Val di Fiemme. Little slip from Klæbo, which probably indicates he's gone light on the wax. We'll see whether he have any more slipping up the climb. He's just going to match Chanevat, and he's got Halvarsson on his right. So doing as much as he needs to at the moment.
Yeah, certainly, again, faster pace than the quarterfinal, but certainly not as hard as that semi-final was, where Ogden decided to take it on right from the gun. But reasonably close together. I think we might see Chanevat push it. We often see him kind of take the lead if no one else is willing to take it on. And then we've got Mocciolini over on the right, who's still in third, but got clear space in front of him, so I think might try and work his way up a little bit further as they come over this hill.
Yeah, I think Klæbo will probably slot back into 2nd or 3rd, going around the corner at the top of the climb. Mocciolini's in prime position to take the lead into the downhill, but he doesn't really want it. Everyone's showing Klæbo a fair amount of respect here. Little burst, but that's just a change track, a double change. So he had to get a couple of meters clear. Changing track isn't an easy skill, but he made that look so quick and easy.
2 tracks as well doesn't sound difficult, but actually it was so clean. Again, just an example of just the fantastic skills that he has. Made it look like absolutely nothing. Quick glance across and then went, no, I want to be in that lane, I'm going.
Yeah.
And now Halvarsson suddenly in front, which I don't think is where he wants to be. You can see him looking around. He wants someone else to take it on at this point.
But it's fine if the pace is slow, and at the moment it is a snail's pace. They've gone through the halfway stage. Just another 650 meters to go. The first 200 meters is downhill and a gradual turn to the right that gets steeper and faster and tighter before they come up into that little shortened downhill. It used to be a tough uphill that led into the stadium. No longer on this course here in Val di Fiemme for the Tour de Ski. 35 kilometers an hour on skis that are just 4 centimeters wide, down towards that crucial right-hand turn. Klæbo's got the absolute perfect position. They're letting him control this one. Here he goes, 3 or 4 skate steps, then he puts in a burst of speed, and he's going to be 5, 6, 7 meters clear going down into the downhill. Halvarsson's with him and in a good position to attack if he can catch him.
Is the speed that he gets off the corner is incredible. He opened the lead up. He was just in front, and then by the time they'd gone into the downhill, he was 3, 4 meters ahead and extended it. Most people are getting caught here, but he's extended it. You can see
Halvarsson's got good speed, and he
him.
stays low longer, so his arms may be a little fresher. He's closing on Klæbo, but Klæbo didn't want to leave anything to chance today. He has to raise his game coming into the last 15 meters. A change of track from Halvarsson didn't help him, but he had to do it because he was blocked by the best. 2:43.8, fastest run of the day, and Johannes Husford Klæbo makes it 5 wins from 5 in the Tour de Ski. He equals the record set by Ustiakov, and he's now set up to try and beat it tomorrow in the men's 15K. That is how you race. All 3 rounds, Posey, were completely different. No one can predict what he's going to do.
And everyone has so much respect for him. They let him do what he wants to do. So if he hangs back, the pace is slower. If he goes fast, they'll go with him. But they let him stay in front. They didn't challenge too much, and he got so much pace. Halvarsson was faster over the final section there.
Absolutely.
But Klæbo had too much room. Yeah. He couldn't make it up.
Halvarsson, had the leader been any other man in the world, Halvarsson would have caught them, having been in that perfect second spot coming into the home straight.
And he would have changed lane earlier, I think, to give himself more time to go rounds. He stayed, I think, a little. He used the slipstream well, but he should have jumped out a little bit earlier to try and give himself some time to go around Klæbo.
Yeah, but you saw the use of the slipstream allowed him